Good morning, everybody. But yeah, this game was introduced to me by Kylie Neko. She posted it on her Discord and it looked real cute. So I was like, yeah, let's play it. Why not? So thanks, Kylie, for the recommendation. Let us content warning. Domestic violence and abuse. Be warned. And let's start a new game. The void, darkness. A low thump, your heartbeat. Breathe in. Breath fills your weak lungs, another thump. Breathe out. Your lungs deflate. Thump. Water. I need water. Like a layer of cracked paint, the roof of your mouth feels like it's about to peel off. Ew. Prefrontal cortex. Miserable, isn't it? What? This place. Fucking limbo. What's going on? We were painting, as usual. I guided your brush. Crisp spring air filled your studio. A streak of blue marked the canvas. Who are you? I'm part of you. Your worries, desires, inspiration, whatever my little Maya needs. Someone else has stood beside you as you painted, hands clasped around your waist, a warm kiss at the nape of your neck, someone deeply in love with you. Kai. Kai, the name is familiar and warm, a morsel of comfort in this cold void. You feel a pang of longing in your gut. The memory is replaced by another loud thump. You remain submerged in darkness. Breathe in. Flashlight, please. Breathe out. Oh. Light fills your vision. Blurred shapes begin to appear from within the sheet of white. Trait needs a deep cleaning. Breathe in. It's getting easier now. Your lungs fill greedily with air. It's all coming to focus now. Hospital room. You wake in the hospital bed, propped up right and tucked beneath a layer of blue sheets. A tube runs from your neck to a ventilator. A doctor, practical nurse hover over you, inspecting your neck with a bright flashlight. All right. Dr. Arminta? How often are you suctioning now? Every other day. Nurse Onyx. It's starting to get backed up. We'll need cleanings every day. She stows a flashlight in her smock. What's happened? You don't think this is a waste of time? Cases like these are extremely rare. We have a lot to learn here. But we've actually learned that she's brain dead? I could have told you that after the first cog test. Brain dead? She has a partner who's still visiting. They're in here 5 times a week, like it's a fucking job. Aw, my... Hold up, let me fix that. Alright. She has a partner who's still visiting. They're in here 5 times a week, like it's a fucking job. Kai. I see them in here too, but that's their choice. I don't know if we'll see progress with Maya, but we will learn... But what we will learn here is important. It might help us save the next one. Look, I'm stretched way too thin already. If I spend any more time on this patient, I'll be neglecting the others. You know, the ones who can talk back. Where's Kai? She mulls over the thought. I'll talk to your CN and see if Tessa can take over the trach care. That'll free you up for some other patients. She leads the nurse to the door as the two exit. Thank you, doctor. The door slams behind them. Wait. Sound rings in your ear. Silence slowly creeps in. Just you alone in the cold hospital room now. What's happened to me? Prefrontal cortex. You'll piece it together soon enough. The room knows. Examine your surroundings. A window separates you from the outside world. Streaks of orange light grace your bed, increasing the discomfort of cold linoleum floors. Scanning the room, you see a blinking ventilator, a lone calendar plastered to the wall, and a stack of unfinished paintings in the corner. Let's look at the paintings. cluster of paintings lean against the wall, like half-toppled dominoes. The work is immediately recognizable as your own. The colors jump out at you, strokes of blue, deep red, and purple. Abstract forms swirl beneath the canvas, ready to spill out on the floor. The work is unfinished. Much of the canvas is blank. No expensive frames. There it all lies, jumbled collection of an unfinished thought. That's sad. Let's look at the ventilator. Tubes lead to a cluster of machines. Blinking lights form a small constellation. The boxes hum and whir. The sound might be calming if your life didn't depend on it. Let's look at the window. A barren tree looms over the hospital courtyard. The sky is a painting of purple and orange, with the sun just out of view. Not too bad of a view. Few leaves cling to the old tree. Somehow they've withstood the cold. Winter is winding down. It's winter. How is that possible? Didn't you hear the nurse? You've been here for months. Check the calendar. Tacky calendar confirms your worst fears. It's February. You've been out cold for 9 whole months, withering away like a corpse. I need to get out of here. Find Kai. They'll be able to make sense of this. Good luck with that. Get up. Letting out a sharp exhale, you attempt to muster up the strength in a withered body. Where to start? This is pointless. Pull yourself forward. Let's drag a leg off the bed. Nothing. Your legs feel like sandbags tethered to your hips. Move, goddammit. Your body is motionless, limbs sitting in place like a magma hardening. Slow down. Just need to start small. We both know how this ends. Move a finger. You look towards your pointer finger. It rests on pale blue sheets. Your mind sends a signal. Your heart beats faster. Your body tenses. A vein swells on your temple. It's as if your fingernail has been replaced with the hood of a car. Your finger hasn't moved an inch, despite your best efforts. Fuck. You catch your breath. You can hear your heart racing. Tired thump of weak organs struggling to pump blood into the uncooperative limbs. You can't move a muscle. Not a single muscle. A prisoner trapped within your own body. But I can talk. I'm always listening. But no, your lips are just as paralyzed as the finger of yours. To the outside world, you're mute. That's why the doctors ignored me. Now you're catching on. The deep orange of the sunset, unseen, fills the room. Warm light drifts down the walls, leaving room for purple tones to creep in. The unfinished paintings in the corner taunt you. Can't lift a finger, let alone a paintbrush. Night falls. Glint from the corner table catches your eye. A small copper figure. The dense coils catch and reflect in the moonlight. Close your eyes. The intoxicating pool of the past brings you back to another time, another place far away from here. Downtown Seattle, 3 years ago. This could be promising. Kai ducks into an alley with a small set of pliers in hand, stepping out over an old paint can. An owl stares out from the graffitied concrete wall, its color withered by the elements. What exactly are we looking for? Someplace out of the way. Is this the part where you murder me? I'd have brought my big pliers for that. This feels right. Kai taps a small ledge at the head. Kai taps a small ledge at head height, sticking out from the brick wall. They pass the pliers off to you and dig into their pocket. They always catch on. This jacket. Kai produces a small twisted wire sculpture, no bigger than their palm. Bent wire forms the silhouette of a man. They place the copper man on the concrete ledge. Pliers? Yes, doctor. Thank you, nurse. They twist the wiry legs to conform with the ledge. The figure now peers down on everyone who might walk by. What do they think about this spot? What do you think about this spot? Seems out of the way. That's sort of the idea. What's the point of art no one will see? I like the intimacy of it. No fancy galleries, no critics telling you what they feel about it. Out here, there's nothing standing between you and the art. That's a beautiful sentiment. Bullshit. Art is for recognition. It demands an audience. Not one gave a shit about Van Gogh's work until he was alive. When he was alive. Do you know how he coped? He cut his fucking ear off. Don't be another Van Gogh. Oof. They playfully push against your shoulder. Come on, we gotta find a place for yours. I'm not so sure. Well, let's see. Let's see it. I'll help you find a spot. You reach into your pocket and pull out the figure. The copper is cold against your fingers. In your palm lies a crude attempt at a penguin. It's misshapen, hardly readable. It looks like a penguin. It looks like a dick. It's supposed to be a penguin. Penguin with a huge dick. They laugh. Never had to make art with pipe cleaners as a kid? Look, I'm not good at this. And I can't paint, so we're even. Now let's find a spot for your sculpture. Open your eyes. The dreary new reality snaps back into focus. Present day, hospital room. Oh man. I'm definitely gonna cry at some point. I feel. Too real, too real. I wonder if this is gonna be like this the whole game, or if there's gonna be a point where we actually do something. But I'm fine with it just being a novel. I've been on a major reading kick recently, so granted I can't read to save my life, but you know, we're trying our best out here. It's like an audiobook, yeah. Alright, present day, hospital room. Nurse August. Thud. The sound of the door closing wakes you from a deep but restless sleep. August adjusts an earbud. Thumping music blares from their headphones. She rips the bed sheet back, exposing your legs. What are you doing? Strong hands grip the underside of your left foot as she steps forward, pushing your knee to your chest. Your joints are stiff with inactivity, but the stretch offers a pleasant burning sensation. Damn, my legs really needed this. It's a practice routine, one she's now rushing. Her palms press your kneecap flush with your chest. Her movements remind you of a bitter mechanic, taking out frustrations on a troublesome engine. Easy now, you gotta slow down. She continues to push the tendon stretch. They stretch a little more. Piercing needles of pain drill into the sensitive tissue of your hamstring. Suddenly you feel a tear within your groin. Muscles burn and buckle under the strain, like decaying rubber bands. Oh my god. Fuck, stop. She releases your left leg, lowering it flat against the hospital mattress. Needles of pain prick at the underside of your knee. You instinctively reach to soothe the limb, but your arms do not move. She continues the stretching regimen, limb by limb, each pushed to their limit. By the end, your adrenaline's worn thin. A layer of cold sweat cakes your body. The searing pain cuts through most thoughts. The nurse pays no attention. Her headphones ring with the music as she replaces your bedding. She whips a fresh blue sheet into the air before it gently drapes over your battered body. Oh my god. Doesn't she know who you are? She should be pampering you. Remember when they flew you out to New York? Presidential suite, with an on-call masseuse. Now you're being broken in like a baseball glove. They don't care who I am or who I was. This place is hell. Yes it is. Clank, clank, and knock at the door. She pulls out one apron. Looks like your best friend is here. They're my partner, not friend. 2 more loud knocks. Clank, clank. Come on in, it's open. She tucks the sheet at the foot of your bed. She whispers. I should thank you. Ever since you got here, I've been off the hook. Maud. Oh. The door swings open to reveal an elderly woman standing in the doorway. Oh my god. The door swings open wide to reveal an elderly woman standing in the doorframe. Oh good, you've finished with your stretches. There's a surprising youthful energy in her step. You don't recognize her. She's not family, and she's certainly not from the art world. Who are you? Just in time, Maud. I was on my way out. She's all yours. August ushers. August ushers Maud in as she steps out the door. Bye, sweetie. Just you and Maud now. The window catches her eye. No wonder I don't have any more sunlight in my room. It's the curtains, my goodness, Aya. They're too thick. I keep telling Dr. Armenta that we need curtains that breathe. You know my name, have we met? She told me she'd look into it, but between you and me, I don't think she's looked into it one bit. My cousin Deborah had these gorgeous blue curtains. Berta Blue, they called them. The salesman said they were made with this special dye, imported all the way from Greek island. Can you believe it? I hardly could, but that didn't stop Deborah. Deborah sounds pretty unhinged. Oh, that reminds me. My granddaughter loves frogs. Absolutely loves them. She produces a piece of plastic from her purse, a green and blue stress toy, a grotesque caricature of a frog. Aw. She squeezes the toy to demonstrate. A high-pitched rivet pierces the air. Its eyes bulge out, as if the life is being choked out of it. I love those with the little eyes that pop out. Amazing, isn't it? It's truly something. Melanie did not like it. She said it freaked her out. Maud laughs. She finds it preposterous that anyone wouldn't be charmed by this little green creature. Melanie and I would get along. Dr. Armenta suggested I keep it. She's very smart. Helps with stress, she said. I told her I'm not sure how much stress an old little woman like me has. She interrupts herself with a laugh. But I took her advice. She's very smart. But oh, the curtains. How I wish she would fix the curtains. Right, the curtains. Did you know that I've told them 3 times about the curtains? Maud's words fade into the background as your mind wanders. Prefrontal cortex. You want to listen to this horseshit all day? There are more pressing matters. You can't walk, you can't paint, and you can't even breathe without the help of this machine. Where's Kai in all this? They'll be here. They better be here. If they don't show, you might just die. Listening to the ramblings of an old woman. I don't want to think about that. You'd rather listen to her rant about curtains? And the sheets didn't even match the blue. The sound of the door cuts her story short. Finally. Cherished painting. A walking painting stumbles through the door, standing 6 feet tall. Its balance is questionable. A pair of legs peek out from below the frame. Thud. The heavy painting now rests on the floor. Legs hidden from view. Fuck, this thing is heavy. Oh my. Kai. A familiar face appears from behind the painting. Oh, I'm so sorry, Maud. I didn't realize you were here. She laughs. Sweetie, I heard it all. I was just startled by the painting. It's almost tall as it's She laughs. Sweetie, I've heard it all. I was just startled by the painting. It's almost as tall as you. Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? This one's Maya's favorite. The best paintings are sad at their core. What is it exactly? She studies the tall painting, taking in the shades of purple. I've only been getting hints with this one. She likes to keep her secrets. She squints, examining the purple figure on the right, separated from what appears to be a crowd of people to the left. It looks like a family dinner, but someone's missing. Is that what it is? They re-examine the paintings with fresh eyes. I see that now. But I couldn't say. Only Maya knows what this one really means. I bet I'm right. I was just telling them about the curtains. Ah yes, the curtains. Kai shoots you a knowing glance. A shrill ribbit escapes from Maud's purse as she crams the frog toy inside. Anyways, I'll let you 2 lovers be. I hope you have a wonderful day, Maud. They usher Maud out the door. Oh, I already have, sweetie. Thank you. The door closes behind her. I love Maud. They lower a shoulder, allowing their tote bag to fall to the floor with a loud smack. The sound reveals the contents of their canvas bag. Hardcover books and something metal. Spirals of copper wire spill over the brim of the bag, while pins cling to the warm fabric. The familiar ritual brings a small sense of comfort. She's really taken a liking to you, Kai chuckles. I swear, she's in here as much as I am now. She likes company, I suppose. You know what she told me the other day, in the hallway? She said you are a great listener. They erupt with belly laughter. I missed your laugh. They wipe away a tear, their voice still shaky with the aftershocks of laughter. I seriously hope this isn't eroding your sanity too much. I'll endure. They place a tender hand on your arm, and you can feel the warmth within the simple gesture. The outside world seems to melt away. Hey, you, they whisper with gentleness in their heart. Those familiar eyes, the love within them, you've been holding it together up until now, but any remnant of composure is washed away by the emotions of your gut. Can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear me somehow. Fingertips sliding down your arm leaves trails of warm memories as their hand travels to meet yours. Palms pressed together, the contours of your hand fall together like puzzle pieces. Do you remember our little code? I do. Your fingers tighten around your palm with a gentle squeeze. You translate the message in your head. I, another squeeze. Love, one last squeeze. You. Their eyes are filled with love, basking in this tender moment. The deep orange of the sunset catches in their hair. They never have time for this good stuff. They never have time for the good stuff, do they? Kai begins to massage your hands with care, gently flexing and moving each finger. That feels really nice. You always took such care with your hands. I'm still annoyed that you never gave climbing a shot. Gotta protect those precious painter hands. If it was my life's work on the line, I'm sure I'd be careful too. They turned to the massive painting they lugged in, taking swirls of color and frantic paint strokes. Their breathing slows. The one you paint after we got out of here. The one you paint after you get out of here. That's going to be one hell of a painting. My hands are never going to paint again. Don't say that. The message erases the ache in your wrist. Don't say that. The massage erases the ache in your wrist. You heard that? They didn't have to. They know you. There's something important I have to tell you. They're going to give you another cognition test. Dr. Armida finally caved. Easier to give in now than be pestered about it for another month. Sometimes it takes a few tests before they'll recognize consciousness in patients. I was reading about a man who was fully conscious but failed his first 2 tests. Third time's a charm, right? They laugh nervously. This test might be our chance out of here, so no pressure. I know you're in there. We've just got to make sure that they see it too. They'll be testing you on Wednesday, 2 days from now. I really need you to pass this one, for both of us. We're gonna do it. They give your hand 3 quick squeezes before settling in for the night. Curling up to your bed as they rest, they lay a hand against your shoulder. Their breathing continues to slow as they drift off to sleep. Alright. The tall painting in the corner calls to you. Examine its cherished painting. The finished painting stands tall, the only framed canvas in the room. Much of the canvas is pure black with small patches of purple, almost formless. A glance at the painting appears abstract. Upon closer inspection, the color reveals vague forms. On the left stands a small crowd, and on the far right, a small figure crouches, surrounded by blackness. Images play in your mind like a theater. Small children sit in a circle, playing a game you cannot see. There's laughter, carefree abandon. You're not part of it. Why am I not a part of it? Alright. You know why you were there. The past may be hazy for you, but I see it clearly. Putting aside old paintings, you're drawn to the unfinished paintings. Putting aside the old painting, you're drawn to the unfinished paintings, a stack of potential masterpieces that you'll not finish. A stack of potential masterpieces, not that you'll ever finish any of them. Examine unfinished paintings. One of the smaller unfinished paintings is in the corner, catches your eye. A serpentine spiral of blue jumps from your canvas. Close your eyes. Your bedroom 2 years ago. You wake in the middle of the night. Shades of dark blue reach across the ceiling. Underneath the covers, you feel Kai's hand brush up against yours. You woke me up. The touch is cold. This isn't Kai. Something else. It pulls away with the ripple of the sheets. Who are you? You jump to your feet, running around the bed to shake Kai awake. Get up, there's something in the bed. They grumble in their sleep and turn their back to you. Shake them harder. Their eyes scrunch and open. Hi, you let out without a crack in their voice. Get up, there's something in the bed. Your hand searches underneath the sheets with a few pads. They pause for a moment and burst out laughing. What? Did Dolly scare you? Oh, they have a dolly. They pull their arm from beneath the sheets to reveal a long blue python wrapped around their forearm. Why is the snake not in a cage? A bed is no place for a snake. She's so cuddly tonight, isn't she? Kai gives the snake a peck on its forehead. Oh, thank God. No, she didn't scare me. I was just terrified. I've tried sealing that cage every which way, but Miss Parton is sure resourceful. Dolly. The snake hangs on Kai's arm like elegant jewelry. The snake's green scales reflect blue at this time of night. A few white scales glitter underneath the moonlight. Black slits for eyes gaze back at you with a cold refrain. Your heart is still beating adrenaline. You're shaking. It's okay. Sit down. With Dolly wrapped around one arm, Kai uses the other to pet your back as they admire the blue snake. Snakes get such a bad rap. You know, most snakes aren't venomous. They're beautiful creatures, extremely intelligent and elegant. Their belly scales actually allow them to control how much friction they have on the surface. The creature slowly wraps around Kai's wrist. And what animal gives better hugs? They're misunderstood creatures. Kai looks at you. You getting at something? Nothing. So, you gonna slither back into bed with me or what? You gonna put her back in the cage first? Dolly stays. Now get in here. She snuggles you from behind. Open your eyes. Yeah, that would freak me out too. Old cold creature in my bed. I would be afraid to crush it. Present day, hospital room. Cell phone. Psst. Shit. Dreary from sleep, Kai fumbles for their phone. Shit, they mutter under their breath before answering. An immediate switch in tone. Kai's professional voice. It's clean and cheerful. Morning, Mr. Barnes. The stern voice is quick to respond. Where are you? It's 15 past. On my way. You see how this is turning into a pattern, Kai? Fuck you, Barnes. Look, I'm on your side here. The kid loves you. But we all pushed to give you more flexibility, but I can only cover you for so long. The next time, management may take matters into their own hands. I understand. Thanks, Matt. Alright, take care and see you soon. He hangs up. Shake their head, downplaying the warning. It's fine. Exasperated, Kai tosses the phone on your bed. You okay? They lazily trace circles on your shin through the hospital sheet, retreating into themselves, making stress carried by their brow. I remember the way you lit up when you got the news about this job. You were literally dancing around the living room on the phone. Bzz, bzz. The text lights up Kai's phone and breaks their gaze. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Go. Alright. They grab their phone and swing the heavy tote bag over their shoulder. They plant a light kiss on your cheek. They make their way to the door. See you tonight. Say hi to Maud for me. The door shuts behind them. Very funny. You know, Kai, they can't keep this up. The weight is too heavy. What can I do? Pass that test. Hear the hitch of the metal turn. Back so soon? Fuck you, Nurse August. Nurse steps through the doorframe. Fuck, not this again. She slowly walks to your bedside and pulls back the sheets, exposing your legs. Another day, the same tired routine. Her hands clasp your foot. She steps forward, pushing your knee to your chest. Her pocket buzzes. She freezes mid-stretch, her leg hovering above your abdomen. Please let me go. She gently places your leg down on the bedside and inspects her phone. White light burns into her face. She pauses for a moment before answering. Hey. Her tone is unusually timid. A man's voice is heard on the other end. His words are inaudible, but she's clearly agitated. Not yet. I'm at work, she retorts. I'm sorry. The line goes dead. He's hung up. She slowly places the phone back into her pocket. She grips your right leg, starting the routine again. She releases your leg, cutting the exercise short. She stands in the room, staring blankly into the corner of the room. What's going on? She looks lost. A high-pitched squeak cuts through the silence. God damn it, Maud. The door creaks open when she steps in, stowing the frog in her bed. Hope I'm not intruding. You're back. Woken from her daze, the nurse silently brushes past Maud to exit. She speaks in a hushed voice that's not as quiet as she thinks it is. Not a peep from her today. I find that quite rude. As do I. She slowly takes a seat on the couch in the corner, with her bag centered on her lap. Hands perched atop it, she sits like a prairie dog. My little Jeannie's now in middle school. You know what she's doing? What was she doing, Maud? She's very good with computers. You should have seen the one she was on. You should have seen this one when she was little. She laughs. Oh, she was glued to the screen, I tell you. Couldn't pry her away. I told her mother we need to get Janie off that box and out playing, but she got right back every chance she got. Now everyone uses a computer. I'm sure you're good with them. Mostly work with physical mediums. Her mother tells me she's learning. Oh, what did they call it? Oh, I remember. She's a coder. First in her class. I told Alice I don't know what a coder is, but I'm sure as Rain going to take credit for my granddaughter's intelligence. Congratulations, she sounds very smart. You know, Alice was never good with computers. I think that's for the best. She was always more of a... Her voice trails off in the background as your mind wanders. Kai's gonna lose their job because of you. Have you ever seen them so exhausted? They look like they've been up for a week. If the roles were reversed, would you do the same for them? Give up painting? I doubt it. They wouldn't last a month. You wouldn't last a month in their shoes. They've been here for 9. Wow. Our brain's not very nice. Her words come back into focus. And then the funniest thing happened. Alice dropped the bowl. There was brownie batter everywhere. I couldn't believe it. Sound at the door. Knock, knock. Come in. She lights up. More company. Tessa, registered nurse in her late 20s, enters. I hope I'm not interrupting story time, she addresses Maud, but shoots you a knowing glance. Oh, I don't know if I'm much of a storyteller. She takes it as a compliment. That's in the common area. I know she'd love to hear all about your granddaughter and her coding, too. Oh, but of course. Tessa gives way to Maud as she leaves. Like a trained matador sidestepping a bull. You made that look so easy. I see you've met Maud. Yes, I have. I'm Tessa. She grabs your limp hand and gives it a gentle but earnest shake. I'm Maya. She smiles and looks over to the wide window. You know this room has the best view in the whole building? Lucky you. Haven't been feeling very lucky lately. Come spring, the small patches of hill will be blooming with flowers. Foxgloves, shades of purple, like you couldn't imagine. Sounds nice. They don't pay me to go on about flowers, but that won't stop me while I'm here. Now, let's take a look at this bad boy. She produces a small flashlight from her pocket and leans in to examine your neck. Tessa takes care to avoid blinding you. Your tracheotomy is doing okay. With a click, she stows the flashlight. Just a bit of built-up mucus. I've seen worse work from LPNs. Draining will be quick. May tickle a little. She begins the process of draining the tube. She's a practice routine. She takes in the painting in the corner. I saw Kai lugging that one in the other day. It's nearly as big as them. Kai's always been determined. They suddenly had a lot of questions for me. Some pleasant conversation. We've had some pleasant conversations. I see them damn near every day. But as soon as they heard I'd be handling your care, they went full interrogation mode, running me down like a cop. She laughs. I haven't been grilled like that since nursing school. You've really got someone looking out for you. They're quiet, but they can get very protective. Alright, you're all set. I'll see you tomorrow. Check up on your trick. She walks to the door and pauses to take in the large painting. The painting stands tall, holding Tessa's attention for a few moments before she exits the room. The sun sets in the barren hill outside your window. The shades of blue and purple crawl up the sterile hospital walls. Where's Kai? Your only company is the hiss and hum of the ventilator. The clockwork rhythm is equal parts soothing and unsettling. A glint of moonlight from the turning latch of the door catches your eye. Kai slumps through the door frame. Their familiar posture reveals their fatigue, despite their best efforts to conceal it. Tough day? They sit. Hey. They purposefully let their body give way with the exaggerated motion flop face first against the hospital bed. The sheets muffled to sound. Today sucked ass? Head still pressed to the mattress, they tilt enough to peek their mouth out. You know what I couldn't stop thinking about today? What's that? That asshole critic at Stegmeyer. They turned to the mattress and muffled their giggling. He was so cocky. I can't imagine trying that hard to win a crowd over. One of the most insufferable critics I've met, and that's saying something. He kept going on about the homogeneous nightmare. I've never heard someone who loved the sound of their own voice so much. I was ready to stab her ears out with a fork. That's the shit I have to read in reviews. The way you shut him down was beautiful. I had to turn away to hide my laughter. I took pleasure in that. Ah, that night, Kai laughs. The night was so... They trail off unexpectedly. They turn their face opposite you. What is it? The test is tomorrow. I know. You're going to do it. I can feel it. Their voice betrays their uncertainty. They turn to face you, sitting back up. I need you to pass this test, Maya. I will. Good. They squeeze your hand 3 times and settle in for the night. Deep hues of blue dance across Kai's hair. An orange ventilator light catches the silhouette. The colors call to you like a siren song. The intoxicating pool past brings you to another time, another place far away from here. Close your eyes. Stegmeyer Gallery, 1 year ago. The cherished painting hangs on an immaculate white wall. It's opening night at the gallery. You're opening. The energy is electric. All eyes are on you tonight. Within the crowd are important faces, famous faces. Kai has stalked out a quiet corner to cheer you on from afar. From across the room, they send a smile and a knowing nod. Closer. Your feet carry you toward the painting, and the small crowd surrounding it. Your steps echo off in the tall gallery walls. There's a heated discussion about the piece. This is good. It's getting a reaction. An art critic in his 50s argues with a young fan. Arrogant critic. The figure on the right is clearly fleeing. It's escaping from a homogeneous nightmare. He gestures with a wine glass. On the far right, an amorphous purple figure crouches, uniformed by blackness. Oh, what? Surrounded by blackness. A group of features, uniform in nature, stand opposite. He retorts. He wants to join the group, but he just doesn't know how. He wants acceptance. The features of the almost formless edges bleeding into abstract brushstrokes, standing back far enough one might mistake the piece for an abstract blend of purple and black. Acceptance. That massive body only offers assimilation. If we're to look at her... Oiver? I don't know that word. If we're to look at her, whatever, there's a clear pattern of Wiver, the sum of an artist's work. How pleased he is to have slipped that into his argument. The critic stops himself, noticing your presence. Let's just ask, shall we? The critic lets out a boisterous laugh, and knocks his arm into the man next to him. Care to settle a debate for us? correct pronunciation of that word that I don't know how to pronounce. I beg your pardon. Ouvre. I beg your pardon? It's pronounced ouvre, not orva. He sheepishly replies, "All right." Takes a swig from his wine glass. Tell them both interpretations are correct. There's no correct interpretation. Both views are valid. The work is meant to be... I need to... I need to have broaden my vocabulary. I don't know any of these words. The work is meant to be... Rorschach? I don't know. Meant to leave room in it for your own experience. Whatever makes you feel, that's what it means. I think that's beautiful. So we're to do all the work? What sort of artist does that make you? I don't know you anything. But you do. You've taken my time and my attention, and return served up bullshit. Alright, let's see. Stare him down. He stares back through obnoxious glasses. Cut him down. Do you enjoy what you do? Takes it. You've read my work. I have. Your transition from sales to editorial is really impressive. He senses a setup. Did you have to have a lot of experience to make that jump? I've earned my place here, despite what you're insinuating. You're a great salesman, but there's no denying that. You're a great salesman, there's no denying that, but you're still a salesman. He clenches his bitter jaw. You take no joy in this. You don't even want to be here. Parrot other people's opinions and pass them off as your own. Bundling it all into a pretty package with a silver bow. Pretty package with a bow so they can serve it to some rich assholes. Do your job, look at some art, and form your own opinion for once in your life. He takes a violent swig from his wine glass to mask his silent rage. Final bow. Say nothing. Walk away. A hand tugs at your elbow. You turn. Maya, a photo with the painting? He doesn't wait for an answer. The camera flashes with a blinding white light. Open your eyes. Present day, hospital room. The gray blue of an early morning washes over the room. Your vision is hazy from sleep. Grumbling with sleepiness, Kai fumbles for their phone. They silence the ringer. They look to you with sleepy eyes. Big day. We should sleep. Your mind returns to the half-formed dreams, sitting on the preface of wake and sleep. An hour passes, or perhaps a minute. You awake to a heated argument. Sitting on the end of the bed is Kai with the phone. I've already told you I can't come in today. It's non-negotiable. What are you doing? I'm out of options here, Kai. If you don't come in today, we're going to have to let you go. Shit, this isn't good. I understand the consequences, Matt, but I've made that very clear. The answer is no. Today is too important. Can't you work something out? Alright, I'll send over the paperwork to your personal email. Do whatever you need to do. Go in and do what you need to do. You can still salvage this. You gonna be alright? I don't know anymore. Kai, I need to go. They end their call. Kai gazes out the window and, with their back turned to you, swinging their feet off the edge of the bed, with the gentle hum of anxiety in the air. You shouldn't have to give that part of your life up. Their head sinks with the weight of the news. They still think you're asleep. You can see it in their body language. No pressure to perk up. No need to keep a flame of hope alive for your benefit. They've made their choice. They're living for you now. They always have. Two knocks at the door interrupt Kai's moment alone. They lift their head and broaden their shoulders, slipping back into the familiar feigned hope. They turn the door to see August and Dr. Armenta enter. Good morning. We'll just get to set up now. Gestures to August, who produces a clipboard. They nod. They mask their mounting anxiety. I'll wake Maya. They turn to you and stroke your shoulder. This is okay. This is it, okay? I really need you to pass this for me, Maya. I will. We're ready, if you wait outside. She politely invites Kai to the door. Right. They pull their hand off your shoulder and make their way to the door, gazing back at you as if it just might be the last time. She shuts the door behind Kai and turns to August. Ready? Ready to get this over with. Fuck you, Nurse August. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Sorry. Dr. Armenta ignores the comment and takes a seat next to you. She talks slowly, as if you were a child. Maya, I'm going to run through a series of tests. It's important you follow the instructions so we can communicate with you. I know, and I'm ready. When I turn this flashlight on, I need you to follow the light with your eyes. Following the light lets us know you can hear us. Understood? I understand. We'll begin now. Remember to follow the light with your eyes. Showtime. The light. Click. A burst of blinding light sears your retinas. Something is terribly wrong. Oh no. You feel the bedsheets below you give away. You sink through them like quicksand, and then they're gone. You gasp for air as you feel that awful lurch in your stomach. You're falling, tumbling into darkness. Looking up, you can see your body frozen in the hospital bed, the test playing out. But it's so far away. The body above is no longer yours. Nothing but a small speck in the small. Getting smaller, and then it's gone. A force pulls you downwards, but it's gravity. Isn't gravity. Something deep within yourself. Terribly familiar place. Fragments of a deep-seated memory. You look towards it, to the abyss below. The deepest black you've seen, until dull shapes reveal themselves. Blurred brown, a touch of orange, 3 dark spots. Your studio. You see it from above now. 2 figures stand over a collapsed body. Your body. You recognize the shape on the left, Kai. The shape on the right, an unknown man. Your body is strewn across the floor beneath them. Your studio is a crime scene. Blood replaced by splatters of blue paint. On the floor, across your clothes, a half-finished painting with a streak of blue paint leans over your room. The man on the right stoops to your body with something black in his hand. You hover above him, but you cannot escape it for long. You feel yourself falling back into your body. Back within your body, you now look up to the EMT on the floor. He shines a flashlight into your eyes. Another burst of blinding light. You're collapsed in your studio, paint everywhere. Your lips move, but you cannot make out a word. His hand is on your shoulder. They're crying. You're being wheeled into an ambulance. It's all speeding up, coming to a terrible end. Click. Present day, hospital room. That painting, I remember it now. Transported back into the current bitter reality of the hospital room sets in. So I collapsed somehow and ended up here. Are you alright? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not looking forward to breaking the news. I'm ready, I can take the test now. We ran through all the tests. No response. They need to accept it this time. No, I haven't taken the test. The sooner they can grieve, the better. Trust me, I've been there. I'm right here. She agrees with August for once, and with a silent nod. I'll be right back. Wait here. Don't go out there, please, I'm begging you. August and yourself are now alone in the hospital room. The air is still. You stare at August. You never even gave me a chance. In your eyes, I was dead the moment I got here. Her gaze wanders around the room, to the machines, the paintings, then to you. This is the first time she's looked you in the eye. Oh, now you're listening. She lifts an idle finger and picks her nose. She's not staring at you, she's staring past you. You might as well be another piece of furniture in her universe. The door creaks open, startling Nurse August, who quickly removes a finger from her nose. The doctor pokes her head in. With a terse tilt of his head, he beckons August to leave. Or, a tilt of the head, she beckons August to leave. Kai brushes past August, paying no mind to the nurse. All of Kai's focus is holding the weight of the news that she... All of Kai's focus is now in the weight of the news until the door swings shut. And it's closed. Just you and Kai now. They pace the foot of your bed. Silence hangs in the air. You can't be gone. They tug at your shoulder. You have to be in there. They frantically take hold of your hand. Forcefully, they squeeze it. Once, twice, 3 times. Say it back. How? Say it back. Squeeze Kai's hand. Despite your broken body, you try, mustering up the energy, the willpower to squeeze. With all your goddamn might. The mind commands. But your hand still does not obey. Your fingers lay still as the moment you arrive in this forsaken place. They wait. And wait. I can feel your heartbeat in your fingertips. They release your hand and pull back with heaviness in their heart. 9 months. They look to the window. In the changing season. Winter coming to a close. Come May, we'll have been stuck in this room for an entire year. After the first month, everyone told me you wouldn't make it, that your mind was gone. The Maya I knew was dead. I don't want to believe them, Maya. They shake off their 1,000-year stare. Look to the floor. But now the tests say you're gone, too. They cover their face with a curled palm. Fighting back the emotions beginning to burst through their cheeks. Fuck. They inhale, composing themselves briefly. My dad says I need to grieve. But how the hell do you grieve this? They gesture to the ventilators, calming whirring in the background. Do you remember what it was like before all this? Tell me. I remember the gallery openings. Your paint-splattered jeans. They laugh. Now it feels so far away, like memories from another life. Kai mulls on the thought. In a way, they still are. Memories from your life. That night at the gallery, it was your night. I was just there. Their voice trails off into a whisper as the words leave their lips. The words hang still in the air. Outside the sun sets, your bodies sit in silence. Kai is motionless. Kai is as motionless as your paralyzed frame. Cold tones of blue wash over the walls. The last bit of orange kisses the windowsill, gently before fading into nothing. The intoxicating pool of the past brings you to another time, another place far away from here. Stegmeyer Gallery, 1 year ago. A canvas is unhooked from the wall, as 2 attendants carefully lower the painting onto the floor. Abandoned plastic cups litter the glossy floor of the gallery. Patrons trickle out the front door. Your big night finally winding down. The artificial snap of the digital camera sounds off as a young man grabs a selfie with you. Fuck yes, he exclaims, before regaining his excitement, to a socially acceptable degree. I'm sorry, I've just been working up the courage all night, and I'm so glad you agreed to a picture. No need to be nervous. He laughs sheepishly. If I could get rid of my need to be nervous, then my entire life would be a lot easier. Mood. Can I tell you something? Sure. This is weird, but I feel like I know you, he stammers. I know that's not true, because parasocial relationships are a whole thing, and he catches himself, trying to get back on track. Each canvas, it feels like I'm staring past the paint and through a window, a series of windows into your mind. The last line sounds rehearsed, as if he's been building up to all night. Thank you. I just wanted to share that. His eyes avoid your gaze. The little courage he built up is now extinguished. Oh no! We said the wrong thing! Night. He turns and makes a brisk walk to the exit. There it is again, that feeling. Sweet recognition. It's more intoxicating than any cocktail in the building. Basking in the glow of the spotlight comes with the work. He saw you lit up all night. How are you feeling? Exhausted. Nah, let's be elated. You did it. Not even New York's most famous critic can crack you. Couldn't let him walk all over me out there. So it's finally starting to sink in? Is what sinking in? That you've made it. Look at this. Your entire exhibit, dedicated to your work. You're always so worried about having made it. This is it. Now enjoy it a little, won't you? I am enjoying it. I'm just thinking. As usual, they say with a knowing smile. As usual, they say with a knowing smile. Hey, they shift in place. I don't want to burden you with this before the show, but I had a rough day at work and I could really use someone to talk through it with. What happened? I came in like I usually do. Immediately got into it with Rebecca. You know how she's been a shit show since her divorce. Kai's words fade in the background as you replay events from tonight. Why did you tell that critic off? You know that's going to come back to bite you in the ass, don't you? He deserved it. He's going to change his review, put you on front and center, and make you look like an asshole. I know. We all know he's the asshole. That's irrelevant. Why did you have to correct him? Because he's a pretentious prick. And you're not? All I saw was two self-indulgent assholes vying for attention. Don't you have enough eyes on you? Never. Their words shift back into focus. She's the worst. The words ring with finality. That was it. That was the end of their event. Kai's waiting for you to respond now. She sounds like a nightmare to deal with. Maybe you can smooth things out with her tomorrow? I won't be there tomorrow. They laid me off. They look incredulous. You didn't hear a single thing I said to you, shit. You always do this. It's like you never actually hear it. You're off in your own head. They toss their drink to the side into the trash. Kai. Might as well be invisible to you, they mutter under their breath. Shit. They brush past you, leaving you alone in the space. The once decorated gallery walls now stare back at you blankly. Fuck. Open your eyes. Present day, hospital room. Soft morning light paints the walls with a faint blue. Tessa checks the mess of tubes running from your neck, like a power line technician untangling decades of electric cables. You're quiet today. I have a lot on my mind. I didn't mean— for fuck's sake. Let me start over. I feel like I've been talking too much. And you seem off. Something on your mind? Kai. Need someone to talk to? More than you can know. You can tell me, really. But you can't hear me. Tessa radiates patience. She gives a nod as if she's already listening to a captivating story told by you. Fine, have it your way. Tell my story. The memories come back to focus and pour out. I've never told the full story behind this painting. Everyone sees something different on that canvas. When I look at it, I see this one moment. You ever play hide and seek as a kid? The silhouettes of children form a circle on the canvas. She leans in, a captive audience of one with kindness in her eyes. I was never very good at it, but I remember finding a particularly clever spot one day. A silhouetted child slips behind a houseplant. A search party of kids go by. So obvious. No one thought to look for it. One by one, my friends found everyone. I was the last kid left. The group leaves, and your shadow in the corner congregates. But they moved on to another game. I saw a glimpse of their lives without me. The children laugh and play. Thought I'd never come back, that somehow I'd vanished into those walls. Your shadow dissolves into dust. The painting settles in its natural state, the moment now immortalized on the canvas. I've always been terrified of that feeling. And now I've done that to Kai. Tessa receives the words she cannot hear, and with a warmth and kindness she places a comforting hand on your shoulder. For the first time since waking up in this place, you feel truly seen. She lays a comforting hand on your shoulder. Logically, you know she cannot hear your silent words, but she receives them with kindness and warmth all the same. Everyone just wants a chance to be heard. Now it's a big part of my job, but I wasn't always good at it. I was so nervous when I first started as an RN. I was so caught up with how I come across that I wasn't truly listening to my patients. There was this blind man I was assigned to. He wanted me to walk with him through the courtyard. He could do it himself, but he wanted me to describe it. He wanted to know every little detail. He was insistent on it. I felt so silly at first, telling him about a discarded coffee cup, dandelions poking through the concrete, black dots of gum on the pavement. It wasn't a pleasant view, but he treasured every word. As I said it all aloud for him, I realized for the first time in my life, I was looking out rather than in. I walked through that courtyard nearly every morning before I met this man, and I swear I never saw it until that day. As his eyes wandered the windowsill, the courtyard just out of view from where she sits. It changed the way I saw my patients. I became a better nurse. I'd catch things senior staff missed simply because I was listening. She sits with the thought for a moment and lets out a heavy breath. Well then, you've got me in a sentimental mood today. Don't get used to it. Tessa jots down the final reading and snaps her binder closed. I'll see you tomorrow. She gathers her notes and makes her way out the door. Look out the window. The courtyard Tessa spoke of is out of view. The light crawls across the windowsill as the day passes. Clouds morph and tumble across the sky like cotton candy. Trust me, you're not missing anything. You heard her. It's a courtyard littered with trash. Perhaps I would appreciate it. See some beauty within it. You've looked past the most important person in your life. I don't see you changing for the courtyard. People change. I can be better. Time will tell. Night crawls across the hospital walls. A warm orange fades in and out as clouds drag across the sun. Ugh, fucking Nurse August. Door handle turns with a click as August trudges into your room. The door slams closed behind you. It's late. What are you doing here? With the door closed, she drops her stalwart composure and sinks into the couch at the far end of the room. Her face reveals a brief sense of relief before she slips into sadness. She's been holding it all day, but here she can relax. Her gaze catches a smudge on her dark blue uniform. Makeup. Worried, she checks her wrist. Deep blue ring of bruises is partially visible. Oh, fuck, she mutters. She applies a fresh layer of foundation to the area, concealing it completely. She slips her phone from her pocket and places it on the couch beside her and turns to the window, biting her nails. She grabs the phone and makes a call. Ringing. Still ringing. And then they pick up. Hey. You can make out the faint voice of a woman on the other end. You wrapping up work? The voice on the other end responds. She lets a nervous laugh. Right. Pauses and looks down at her wrist. He did it again. The voice retorts. Her friend isn't going down this road again. Maria. Please. Her friend hangs up. Wow. She slowly sets the phone down. Defeat washes over her weary face. She fights back tears as she buries her temple into her hands. A single streak of makeup falls down her wrist. Another spirit trapped within these walls. The door opens abruptly. Dr. Armida pokes her head inside. August quickly sniffs back her tears. There you are. I was looking for you and she notices the tears. Are you alright? The concern is genuine. Just fine, she says, slipping back into her resilient composure. August pushes past the doctor and out of the room before she can respond. She stands in place, stunned, unable to make sense of the moment. Her eyes scan the room for explanation, finding nothing. She exhales, collecting her composure and settling back into her professional demeanor before stepping into the hall. A small smudge of makeup dots the couch cushion, the only remaining bit of evidence. Would have never known. We're all hiding something. Makeup, paint, it only goes so far. The corner plant catches the late afternoon light. Time passes as leaves draw the shadow of the cold linoleum floor. An hour passes, maybe more. The slow drip of time reveals stars in the night sky. Where are they? The orange blinks of ventilators look like shining stars in the darkness. Fatigue sets in. You can feel it pulling you towards the cradle of sleep. Close your eyes. The void. Silence. Sweet silence. No dreams. Only quiet. Open your eyes. Your blurry eyes parse the morning light. You feel surprisingly well rested. Time for your morning checkup. Tessa inspects the tubes leading into your neck. No blockage, airflow is steady, tremendous progress. Your trach is looking great now. She jots down some notes. Kai's in the lobby. They'll be up once I wrap up. Tessa gets up, turns to the door, but hesitates. I didn't mean to. The other day, I overheard a conversation in here, she says apprehensively. I don't know who you used to be, but you're not that. Not anymore. The room is still, and the muted sounds of children playing can be heard outside. Footsteps in the hallway. I think Kai's ready for you now. Tessa leaves the room. The overcast blue on the floor tiles warms. The clouds outside shift and fade into streaks of sunlight fall into your room. You look up to see Kai lingering in the doorframe. Their presence is quiet. Kai gently closes the door before joining you at your bed. They sit with you in silence. It's beautiful outside. I wish you could see it. They pause, unsure where to start. I'm sorry I wasn't here last night. Their gaze wanders across the linoleum floor. These past 9 months, they haven't been easy. My therapist keeps bringing up grief, but I don't know how to begin grieving this. A nervous finger traces their knuckles. How can I mourn you when you're right here? When I can still feel your heart beating? So I just haven't. I haven't begun to think about the possibility that you're really gone. I've put all my being into showing up for you, fighting to get you better care, visiting this room day after day. The women at the front desk practically treat me like staff now. For almost a whole year, my life has been put on pause for you. Before all this, I was struggling with us, but after you fell, everything else just seemed so small. I'd almost forgotten what our relationship was. The other day I remembered. It's always been about you. Coming here, day after day, has made me realize this is what I've always done. I've always lived for other people. It's something I need to work on my own. And I take responsibility for that. And now I need to live my own life, Maya. They take your hand in theirs and sit in silence. Their breathing is heavy. You can see the guilt in their eyes. This wasn't an easy decision. Squeeze. You squeeze Kai's gentle hand once, and you translate the message in your head. I see you. Ah! You feel it within your heart, but your hand doesn't budge. No! Damn it! Kai squeezes back. Once, twice, 3 times. They lean close to a plant. Delicate kiss on your cheek. The tickle of eyelashes brush against your forehead. They pull back their eyes As they pull back, their eyes swell with emotion. Quivering lip betrays their composure. They turn to leave. Goodbye, Maya. And then they're gone, leaving only the warm imprint of a kiss on your cheek. Goodbye, Kai. Outside, the marks of late winter on a leafless tree. Spring is close. All is still except for the sun, which retreats below the horizon. Darkness settles in for the night. Close your eyes. Nothingness. Pure black. Another night of dreamless sleep. My heart! Oh, man. Oh. Hospital room. A new morning. The turn of the door handle makes you wake up earlier than usual. Maud. I love Maud. The door slowly creaks open, and the old woman steps into your room. She scans the room, just the two of you. Afternoon, sweetie. Here we go again. We're almost out of winter, aren't we? This is a waste of time. That tree's gonna be so beautiful come spring. The leaves are just brilliant. You're going to die in this room, alone. There was one person who believed in you, and now they're gone. No one is coming to save you. Kai is gone. Listen to Maud. Since when do you give a fuck about the ramblings of an old woman? Since now. You brace yourself for the response, but it doesn't come. There's a sweet silence within your mind. You remember Tessa's words. Look out, not in. You feel yourself slip into the present moment. No past, no future. Only you and Maud within this moment. You are here. Now where was I? I know I've been visiting you a lot. I don't want to bother you. It's just that I don't have a lot of people in my life anymore. By the time you get to my age, you see a lot of loss. Outlive those you love. My mother used to call it the curse of Ashton genes. Growing up, I knew every kid on my block, and now I'm the last one. Every year that passes, I know less people. Life shrinks. You never get used to it. I mean, not even at my age. I felt that way every year, except for the last winter. That's when I met Victor. Aw, we fell in love here of all places. I didn't think something so beautiful could happen after my husband passed, but it has. For the first time in a long while, I felt life expanding. A new face to look forward to. Bright eyes, full of energy and life. He's a younger man, early 60s. Although I suppose that doesn't sound that young to you. He's handsome too. Such a beautiful head of hair, wavy and golden, she reminisces. Last week he fell. The doctor told me that he broke his... She scrunches her brow in frustration. Oh, I can't remember the word. So difficult not being able to remember these things. They haven't decided if they'll operate on the account of his age, but they say it's incredibly dangerous. They say I have to wait. I don't know when I'll see him. Do you know when I can see him? She looks at you with pleading eyes, praying for an answer. I need to tell him something. Her nervous hands wrestle at the purse in her lap. I'm having a hard time remembering how I know you, but I feel like we're old friends. She looks into your eyes with the hopeful heart of a child, content to share this moment of silence with you. Outside, snow clings to the dead branches of the tree. Smears of orange pulled clouds across the horizon. You know, most people here don't give me the time of day, but you've always listened. Thank you. She rummages through her purse, which lets out a shrill squeak as she produces the offending green toy. I've come to realize not everyone likes my frog. He's a big talker, she laughs. Maybe that's why he feels like a kindred spirit. He's always brought me comfort. Maybe he'll do the same for you. She places the frog in her hand and gently curls your fingers around it. Without saying a word, she's gone, giving you the toy of the room. The room hums with the whir of the ventilator. Time seems to hang still. Your lifeless hand cups Maud's gift. Examine the toy. It's a curious thing. Not very cute, that's for sure. The black beady eyes stare back at you. They should bulge out with a squeeze. As you close your eyes, you feel the warm weight of the toy in your hand. Your fingers curled around it. Squeeze it. Nothing. Do it again. Still nothing. Keep trying. Ah! We did it! That's the end? Aww. Oh, that was so much. My heart. Wow. That was so short. good. My soul, my heart, everything hurts. Well, that was a hint of purple. I am very glad that I found this. Thank you, Kylie, for the Discord post that brought me to this game. Oh my god, that was sweet. And 10 out of 10. I love this game. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording here.